State your name to the camera.
My name is Andrew Robert Myers.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Myers.
I live in Nutley, New Jersey. I was born there. My mom and dad are gone. My mom passed a few years ago. I have a sister named Marge, and I have a nephew named Scott. And no, I don't really have anything else to say. I never did anything.
That's okay, Andy. Why don't you tell us, what are you here to do today?
I'm here to kill myself.
My name is Stephen Canfield Crowley, and I'm here to tell Andy Myers' story. I met Andy a few years back when I was a group counselor. I counseled Andy and Andy's bout with depression. Andy's been depressed most of his life. Aside from that, though, he's a great guy. And although I've left counseling, I've remained in contact with Andy for the past few years.
Sometimes he would take us to a movie, don't you know? I don't even know what they were about. I mean, it was not anything that I ever saw advertised in the paper or anything. He would take me to this place, and we would watch these movies from different countries. Sometimes they would speak in Japanese, and then they'd have the words underneath it. And I don't really read that good. I was never really that good in school, so he would whisper to me, tell me what it was saying up on the screen.
Last week I took Andy out for lunch. We went to his favorite place. It's a diner right down the street from where he lives. Andy pitched this idea to me that he's sick of living. He's sick of his life. And he would like me to document his suicide.
I'm tired of living. I'm going to be 65 years old, and I'm not feeling good. I have to take this medication all the time. I have the sugar. I got the sugar right after my dad left when I was about 13 years old. And I used to have to take shots. I used to take shots until my mom died, and then I just couldn't remember all the time to do it. And Sis couldn't come over every day and do it. But they had this medicines that you can just take. So I try to remember to take that. You know, whenever I think about it, but. You know, I'm just falling apart. I don't have a lot of reason to want to stay here, and I'm not going in a home. I'm not going in a home.
I'm going to meet with a producer / investor that I've worked with in the past, and I'm going to pitch the idea to him. And if he's set to do it and he will fund it, I will make the film. So I guess we're just going to have to see what transpires next.
You know Buddy Dwyer? Buddy Dwyer he's not a friend of mine. I feel like he would have been if we would have been able to meet, but we never did meet. But Buddy was a very brave person. They accused him of a lot of things that I know he didn't do. And they were going to put him in jail. So he showed them actually how brave he was, and he shot himself right on live television. Right on live television.
So this guy wants to commit suicide in a movie,
Yeah, documentary.
documentary.
But I was thinking that maybe Mr. Crowley could make a movie of me, because I want to commit suicide. And I want people to know my story, because there are a lot of people out there in the world. I think every 19 minutes somebody commits suicide in this country, and I'm going to be one of those. But I want people to know that there are people like me who need help.
Now, who's this Scott kid?
Scott is Andy's nephew. In order for him to do the film, there are a few things that need to be done. He wants his nephew Scott to get a monetary value of $10,000. He has a dog. He wants to take his dog to the park and play fetch one last time, and then he's going to drop his dog off at his nephew's. He wants to go down the shore. Okay, he wants to go to the beach one last time. He has this thing with the beach. He wants to have a dinner, a Chinese dinner. It's his favorite food. And the last thing he wants to do is he wants to be intimate with a female one last time. I know. So I'm planning on ordering a escort, prostitute, whatever, what have you, for Andy. I mean, it is gonna be his last day on Earth anyway.
I gotta tell you, everything.
Huh?
It sounds like this guy's having like a party.
I think by ending my life and telling my story and having people understand how hard my sis Marge has to work to help me, and how my little nephew Scott, well, he's not so little anymore, but you know, he's my nephew Scott, how I know I can tell I embarrass him.
You know, I'm gonna want my lawyer to look over this stuff and give us some advice on how to deal with something like this.
Okay,
and I'm not disagreeing with you that it seems like a great idea, and for you, recognition and whatever.
Sure.
But with all the people that want to see sick stuff like this, whether they want to pay to see it over the internet or whatever, I think I can make out on it.
Oh yeah.
See big return.
Sure.
I think it just comes down to meeting the guy, finding out the legalities of it. And,
Sure.
I want to have a chance to be somebody, and I know this is probably a horrible way to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. And if I can help Mr. Crowley, then this is what I want to do.